All right, now I got to get my laptop set up here. Okay, and then I want to very quickly before I do the message, I want to go change the thumbnail. I always want to sell me some. Let me see here now.
We make wallets happy with $835 average savings for new customers who save.
I got to get my message typed out.
Makes for a wholly amazing, wholly delicious experience. This, well, wholly Hershey's. As a professional mechanic, your tools are essential for your living. Icon tools complete every repair without giving an inch. Go with Icon tools. Tool truck quality, unbeatable value, only in Harbor Freight.
Hey, good morning, Sherry. I am still getting kind of situated here. There we go. Well, hi, Gay. How are you? Good morning. Well, I have not worked on this picture since Friday, but today we're going to work. I'm going to do this light post over here, and then maybe do a teacups, these and the teapot. I'm not real sure from there, but I want to use these metallic pencils, the Brute Fooner metallic pencils. I'm going to use these two gray ones on the end right here. And then we might put some green in there also. I'm not sure on these light posts, but I want to use these two pencils. And they are pre-sharpened them, but I'm going to sharpen them anyway. Gay, how you been doing? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm doing good. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. You may have saw this in the title about the graffiti. Do you guys see the graffiti in the picture? I'll let you guys look for a second and see if you see the graffiti. All right, look. Because I think the clock found something. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see what the clock found. Let me put these pencils down. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's look at the clock. Uh-oh. What is it? What did the clock find? Whoops. The clock is trying to report some graffiti, but everybody else is distracted. All right, let's look up here. I'm going to have to zoom this back out just a little bit so I can get that whole thing in the picture. Because we're going to be looking at this light post. Something about like that will be pretty good, I think. So we're going to be using just these two metallic grays for now. We'll see how this goes. I'm actually going to fold this book up so I can move it a little bit more, and then I'll get the camera repositioned so we can see everything. That's probably pretty good. All right, let's see here. So I'm just gonna start towards the top on the lanterns themselves. I'd already done the candle part, the yellows. And this is probably cast iron, is what I'm assuming the light post would be cast iron. And I don't know that we'll be able to see much of a difference between these two grays. They look pretty similar. One is called Jet Set, and the other one is a Sycamore. Hey, good morning, Casey. How are you guys doing today? Now let's see. I want to use some. I want to put some green. Yes, I got my TV. Casey and Steven came over yesterday evening, and they helped me get it mounted and everything on my TV stand. It's awesome. It's so big it gives me motion sickness. All right, now let's see here. But it took a day longer than I thought it was going to. So I had everything unhooked. I want to put just a little, try some of this green on here just a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to like this. And I'm not going to do much with it. I just want to see if we can make it. I think the cast iron would have a look, maybe a little greenish tint to it. All right, let's see. Yeah, that green tint on here really isn't noticeable, but that's okay. Now, believe it or not, I am somewhat using a blending technique that Evelyn showed on her channel just by varying the amount of pressure using the same color. We can actually get a little bit of shading effect with it. Yeah, I meant to have Casey take a picture of me with my TV last night, but I forgot to do that. Let's see. I think I should zoom in just a little bit more. Maybe we'll zoom in like this. That might be better. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to just add some green on there. See if we can get a little bit of green. The suggestion of some green tint. I don't know if I can or not. And we're just applying varying amounts of pressure. Pull off different heavinesses of color. There we go. Well, I can't tell if that actually has any green tint to it or not, but it's on there. Casey, what are you going to be doing today? I think I can actually see some of that green right here. Is y'all's chat acting weird? My chat is acting weird. Oh, okay, Casey. Yeah, it looks like I'm in my chat on this end. It keeps repeating people's messages. Oh, going to do a deep clean. All right. Okay, as long as everything's working for everybody. Sometimes it's really hard for me to tell what's happening. Now, does this lantern look like it has like a little bit of a green tint to it on camera? It's hard for me to tell. It does when I'm looking at it. It has a little bit of, I can see a little bit of green in there. All right, thank you, Gay. Okay, Casey. See, that's what I was concerned about because it keeps repeating people's comments on my end. I haven't seen it buffering or anything like that. Okay, Sherry. Okay, good. I just want that little suggestion of green. Boy, it takes a very light touch right there with that part. And you guys know me, I'll just do one piece at a time. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, Casey, you can see notice it too, so that's good. It can be really hard for me to tell what's actually showing up and what isn't because I have different perspectives. All right, Casey, I love you too. Have a good day. I've been trying to think of a way that I could actually keep the keep the live stream running longer, but I want to be able to keep the live stream like it open, the camera open, even when I'm not sitting here. Because there's a lot of times when I need to take a break, but I only need to take a break for like sometimes 5 or 10 minutes, and then I can come color more. But I can only color more for another 5 or 10 minutes, and I don't want to have to start new live streams all the time. So I've been thinking about how I could go about actually keeping a live stream open, even though I'm not sitting here coloring. I haven't really kind of figured that out yet, but I know, Gay, I mentioned that to you a long time ago that if I could live stream 24/7, I would, but I just don't know how to go about doing it. Now, I'm just kind of messing around a little bit as I'm doing this. I am thinking about that shading technique that Evelyn had on her channel out of that book, How to Color Like an Artist. Just getting varying intensities, I guess, of color just by changing the amount of pressure. So I am kind of fooling around with that a little bit as I'm doing this too, just to see if I can't get that little bit of variation. And it actually does look like it's kind of working. Oh, values. Okay. I don't know all the terminologies, but yes, that's exactly what I'm shooting for. Different values. Now, wearing these, like these wrist supports can be like, it can make it a little bit tricky to have, like, to try to put like a real light touch on stuff because it's a little bit more difficult to actually feel the amount of pressure that is being applied. And sometimes that pressure can turn out to be a little bit more than what I really wanted it to be. Oh, I can see that it's working. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but I can see it here. I can see a value change. So that's good. I think I was using the wrong pencil. And I'm still anticipating a box of books on Friday. Yeah, I have not checked the tracking this morning, but I do know that I looked at it last night and they were in, uh, I think it said Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm thinking I'll do like a haul video this weekend sometime. And then Monday we can I'll pick a book and then we'll do a flip through and you can pick a picture, Sherry.
Living a world obsessed with more. And before you know it, your desire for more turns into more bills, more debt, less joy for the things that truly matter. Revere keeps it simple, so you can focus on more of what you need. Revere bank cards, the power of simplicity.
As a professional mechanic, your tools are essential for your living. Icon tools complete every repair without giving an inch. With broad selection and an industry-leading warranty, you can count on Icon. You can count on great value. With over 1,500 stores and interest-free credit on qualifying purchases. Why pay tool truck prices? Go with Icon Tools. Tool truck quality, unbeatable value, only at Harbor Freight.
Let me see. Now I'm just doing these one lamp at a time, guys, and then we'll start working on the post. That's usually how I do it. I just do one thing at a time. I'm gonna have to go get my vision checked, guys. 'Cause my vision here lately has been like blurry, really hard for me to see. Yeah, I'm gonna have it checked out. I need to remind Casey to schedule me a doctor appointment with her doctor. 'Cause we're going to try to get her doctor to become my doctor. Okay, Sherry, you have a great day. God bless you. I want to make this side just a little bit darker. Actually, I probably should have made this darker, a little bit darker, because it's not going to be reflecting light quite like the others will be. This little lantern is actually in front of these, so I want it to look like the light is right on the inside there I kind of have that little bit of a look. That's okay. All right, let's see.
Hershey's Zero Sugar. Zero sugar, 100% delicious. Check days are here at Tractor Supply. And whether you're starting or growing your flock, you'll find everything you need. From hoops and toys to feed and supplements. Stock up and get started at Tractor Supply today.
Hot 10 because at Rent-A-Center, $10 makes your first week on a new agreement. Choose an item, and your first week costs only $10, all without using credit. Just use promo code ONEWEEK10 only at Rent-A-Center.
That's not looking too bad. Dee Dee, hi, thank you. How are you? How's your day? Oh, having a tough day. I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I will be praying for you. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I thought you had that behind you now. Well, I'm hoping it won't be something major. Be something they can fix relatively easily. Oh, I bet it is hard to deal with. Boy, this is kind of hard to see where this is supposed to go. Such close quarters. Wow. They could have got a little piece of skin, live tissue folded inside that when they stitched it back up, and it could be producing oil, and that's what makes it feel like that. So it really literally could be something like what you described right there, like feeling like a pimple under the skin. Yeah, these areas right here are real tight. So I'm trying to just barely touch that paper with the pencil and just go over it a few times, let it pull some of that color off. No, that's true. Yeah, you should be healed up farther than that. So, Well, I hope it's not going to take anything major for them to figure out what's going on and get it remedied for you. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. I can't hardly even notice it on my laptop. Well, now you may just have to wrap that finger up with some extra padding so that you can go kayaking. Now, let's see, we can get this part and it still be on camera.
Claiming slowing down your business. Top dispensers can be placed anywhere needed, saving time, better hygiene, and better productivity.
Oh, let me finish this right here. And then I'm going to zoom out for a second. But I'll get this part right here finished first.
At Mommy's Bliss, we know just how you feel and how you really are. We're moms too, so we created trusted baby essentials for the first year, giving you one less thing to worry about. That's Mama's Zen, peace of mind.
And then we're just going over the top real lightly with some green. We just want the suggestion of cast iron. It could be a little bit darker. All right, I'm going to zoom out for a second here, guys. Just for a second. All right, Dee Dee, you probably noticed the word graffiti in the title of this live stream. Do you see the graffiti? Can you spot the graffiti, Dee Dee? You got it. Can you see what it says with it zoomed out that far? Can you read it? All right, look here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah. So I got to looking at this picture, and it looks to me like the clock has discovered some graffiti, and the clock is trying to get somebody else's attention, but everybody else is preoccupied. But him and the candle, they have made the discovery. Okay, I think we could continue with it like that for now. Yeah, that's the only thing I had done on this picture since Friday. I got that idea. Since this one was for Monty, I decided I'd put his name in it, and I thought, oh, that looks cool because it looks like he just discovered something. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Oh, okay. Well, I have been working on like a little bit of a shading technique that I saw in somebody else's video, and I've just been trying to practice that just a little bit. I'm just using the same color. I'm just trying to blend that out just a little bit so we don't have quite a hard line right here in the center part. And we'll do the same thing on this edge right here. I just don't want it to be quite as defined. Yeah, just pull the edge down just a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's going to be, I think that's going to be a pretty cool game. I've been seeing talk about it for quite a while about the release for GTA 6. I'm not sure when that's actually going to be, though.
To all the Reese's fans yearning for a PB&J cup, Reese's didn't make one. They made two! Because they feel bad for making you wait. Just kidding. They just think you like both. Because obviously you will. Listen to your vacation rentals at Booking.com to explore more guests. Look this bunch. These love birds. Or this fun. The Bookies you dream of. List your vacation rentals at Booking.com. Team US Smart Service, reducing downtime and keeping your customers moving.
I had Vice City 4, I think. San Andreas. Was that San Andreas Part 4?
They all want reliable distance and accuracy in our shafts, so why stop at metal units? Core technology from Ventus is now available in Axiom iron shafts. Get fit today and upgrade your
Oh, Borderlands. I don't know that I'm familiar with that particular game. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I need to do something here for a second. Hmm. So it's like a survival type game because I do like watching. I think I want to make this a little bit darker. Not real dark, but just a little bit. Right along this edge. Same thing over here. I think that's better. I think that looks better. Oh, okay. I just can't play those kind of games. My hands just will not let me. Oh, okay. Oh, Dee Dee, I was going to ask you, uh, did you like that pencil sharpener that you had in your video, that green one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it looked like it was putting a pretty good tip on the pencils, but I wasn't sure if it was something you had just picked up and was just checking it out, or if it was something you actually did like. Well, the next time I'm like in Dollar Tree or someplace, I might like I might see if they have anything like that there. I haven't ever used an electric pencil sharpener yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the idea that that you could. It's very small. See if we can darken this just a little bit on this back here, like this. And then let it lighten up as it comes around this way because of this candle being right here. So it'll have the same color, but a different value. I learned something new today. Learned some new terminology.
Clearly slowing down your business. Top dispensers can be placed anywhere needed, saving time, better hygiene, better productivity.
That gum's done. But that's cute. Coin flavor Christmas. That's here. Dramatic. Just the right amount of fancy. I've read you.
Let's see. I think maybe I want to. Yeah, I think this will be better. Let's make it just a touch darker in here.
Experiences all the juice and fire reserve.
Yeah, that's better. Might have went a little too much. Well, I can still see some variation. Now, I won't really know until later on when I can step back and kind of look at this to see if I actually got the kind of a look that I want. I'm not sure. I'm never really sure until later. I kind of look at things and okay, Dee Dee. God bless you. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping in and chatting for a bit. Well, I don't know if I'm getting the look that I'm wanting or not. Like I said, I'll have to wait and come back and look at it. Every time I do something, I'm afraid I'm going to mess up what I've already got done. So I'm just very, very lightly touching this because I don't want the transition to be like real hard. I just want a soft transition. So we just go very, very lightly. I think that looks better. I think that looks better. So let's put a little bit of green on top of it again. Not much, but a little bit. Very lightly, very, very lightly. I don't want the post to look green. I just want it to have like a green tint. Because I believe this would be cast iron. Now maybe we'll do this a little bit differently. Let's do some of these spots with this lighter gray. Let's see. Well, let me see. Yeah, this whole section right here can be this little bit lighter color also. All right, something about like that. All right, let's see here. Now we'll do the darker color. Sometimes I can barely see what I'm doing. Everything's so blurry. Let's see, let me slide this up just a little bit. Gay, if you're still here, it was really nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's been going okay. Okay, that takes care of that part. Now we'll go over it with the green. All right, I think that's probably about all I can do for the light post. We'll just darken it up in a couple of places where it looks like there would be a little bit of shadow. Nothing too much. A little bit in here around these little designs. Just a little suggestion of shadow in there. And then we'll put a little more of the green color. Okay, like that. So sorry, I was doing that part off camera. I did not mean to do that. All right, I was just touching this up just a little bit up in here adding just a little bit of shadow color. And then we can probably add, maybe we can, well, I don't want to make this too dark up here because this is supposed to be something different. But maybe we'll go a little bit of shadow right across the bottom right here, a little bit. Yeah, about like that. All right, now let's look at, I don't know what I want to look at next. I'm thinking I want to look at this teacup and the teapot. But let me see here. I gotta have to open the book back up. We could put the colored pencils or these metallic pencils back away. All right, now we can just set these metallic pencils over here on the side. Now, let's open the book back up. I want to be able to see what the front cover looks like. Well, not the front cover, but I want to look at the opposing page here. And so I can kind of see what color I want to try to pick for. So we want some purples and then some cream colors for this thing right here. We do have a little bit of gold. So let's see what we're going to do with this part now. So we can probably go with, oh, that's probably a nice purple right here. So we've got some purple in here. I need a little bit lighter color purple, maybe something like this. Uh, Let me swatch these right here. I just want to see what they look like beside one another.
To all the Reese's fans yearning for a PB&J cup.
Yeah, I could use these two. These will work together.
Me too. Guys, I have to make you wait. Just kidding. They just think you might love. Because.
All right, so I want to see what I can do with, see if I can actually, yeah, okay. Let's start maybe with the light one. Bring some of that lighter color right over here. And then we'll bring the darker color on this side. Okay, now we actually have a little bit of this purple color down in here too. All right, now we'll just throw a little bit of the darker purple down here. Just a little bit. Something similar to that. And then, boy, this little guy's going to be tough to color too because he's got purple going on down in here. Something like that. Now it looks like this has got some purple in here too, like this. Like that. And like that. That is purple. A little bit of purple. Something similar to that right there. And now we're going to use those same purples on these flowers down here in the opposite corner, but we won't be doing those yet. But we do have some flowers down here in the corner that we will be using the same purples on, but I'm not going to do those just yet. Let's go back over here. Now, on our teacup, we have like a golden handle. It's got a golden rim around the edge. So let's look at that. I'm just going to put these purple pencils, that would just lay them right up there because we will be using them again. Let's think about the gold. What colors did I use for gold? I don't even know. Oh, I think I used these colors right here. So let's go back and use some of these colors right here. We'll see what we can do here. Now this right here is just a highlight color, kind of a base color. In this particular case, we're going to use it like a base. It's a highlight. Just for any of those areas that other color doesn't touch, we're sure to have a little bit of that color in the background. Certainly got to keep pencils nice and sharp. Nice sharp tip.
Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus 25% off your burger deal. Get Papa's on whatever you're listening.
All right, let's see.
Plan your next adventure. Stay 2 nights and get a $50 Best Buster gift card. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Buster. Visit bestbuster.com for complete terms and conditions.
Again, this lighter yellow is just well, I refer to it as a base color. It is really like a highlight color. Just in the event that the other colors leave a little bit of the page, a little bit of the paper, then we still have that yellow underneath it. Because we do hit part of it with this color. And then we have the darker color. Something similar to that right there. And then we have that little spot right there also. And then we have a rim around the bottom. That was also golden. And as I've mentioned before, we're not going to be able to do this picture exactly the same as the other one. But we are going to use the completed page that Thomas Kinkade provided for us as a gauge. Just kind of like as a color guide a little bit. We don't have to be exact. And then we have some gold over here on the, well, it looks like this is we got some gold right here too. Looks like these are gold. And then there is some blue down there also. Now, sometimes, guys, to be honest, I do this stuff, I just have to hope for the best. Because I don't know what I'm doing. And I always just hope that I don't ruin the picture, really. Now, this thing's got some blue in it, so I'm going to go with some dark blue here. And we're just going to put a touch of blue down here like this. We'll use 2 different shades of blue. May not be real noticeable, and that's okay, it doesn't have to be. Okay, something about like that. Now let's see. We have some gold. Let me put this blue back up here. We have some gold. It goes around the rim of this cup. The vision's really blurry, guys. Hard to see. All right, and then we have a golden handle. And we can leave a little bit of that lighter yellow right here on the very edge of that. There we go. And now we've got the same thing over here. Let me see if I can color. This is very, very small. Okay, I got the purple already. We're going to, this is gold under here. Now, I am not real sure what we want to do. Here's a little suggestion of some pink lips right there. So we'll give those to him right quick. About like that. Now, let's see. I would like to kind of figure out what I'm going to do as far as pottery, porcelain. So let me look and see if I can't find a color that I can use for that. A couple of colors, actually. Let me see, what might we use? I might be able to use something like this. This is a what? A warm gray. Oh, maybe. Let's see. I really have no clue what I'm going to be using as a color for the teacup. I'm just trying to kind of look through here, see if I have like a sand or, yeah, here's something. Maybe we can use this. What is this? Some different colors of gray here. This is earth gray, and this is warm gray. And then maybe I want to try one other color. Here's an ice gray. So let's try these three colors, see what we come up with. So ice gray, oh, that might be like the background, the highlight color. It looks pretty light. This might be like the medium color, and then that's what is that, earth gray? Maybe the medium color, because that's pottery, so earth gray will work good for that. And then we have this is last color is warm gray. So let's look at these three colors and let's see what we can do with, see if we can make this look something. Let's add a little bit of white. Well, actually, you know what? We need very light pink. Because you can see her lips, a little bit of white. It's because she has a smile going on there. All right, now, let's see. Well, she has colored eyes too, and so does that one. They both look like they have blue eyes. Let's take this real light blue. We can come back with a darker blue at another time if we want to. But we can put just a hint of blue eyes. And the same thing for this little guy. Just a suggestion of blue eyes. So we want to start with ice gray. That looks like it's the lightest. So let's just put some of that in here. And we're pretty much going to go over this entire teapot with this ice gray. We've got two other colors we can put on top of it. So we'll go ahead and give it some decent coverage. Pretty much we're just going to cover the whole thing with the ice gray. Because that is our background color for the teapot and the teacup. Very hard to see. Very hard to see. Let's go ahead and get the teacup while we're here. I don't normally do that. I normally do finish one piece at a time. If you guys have watched how any of my stuff, you know, for the most part, I will complete one section whatever section I happen to be working on, that's what I'm going to complete. But in this case, we'll make a little bit of an exception. Now let's see, as we begin to put this darker color on here, and it's not fully the darkest either. We got one more color. We're just looking at this to see how it's going to work out. If we can get something that reminds us of porcelain. I don't know if we'll manage that or not. We'll know more when we get the darkest of the three colors. Right now, we're still just trying to darken this up. Because it's still not very dark, as you can see. Does not necessarily look like porcelain. Now, let's just pull some of this darker color in here now. And we're not going to be able to make it exact with the main picture. I may have to come back with even something darker. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I may end up having to find something a little bit darker. We'll see what happens. I don't think that's dark enough to be the shadow color. I think I'm going to need something a little bit darker yet. Let me see if I can find something. Here's one that's a little bit darker. Maybe this will be just the right amount. I think this is going to be better. That might be better. And she has a little bit of rouge right on the edge of her cheek. So we'll give her just a little touch of rouge right there, a little blush. Just a little bit. Can't really even see it, even where I'm at. I can't hardly see it, but it's there. Now we're going to do the same thing here with this guy. Let's build him up just a little bit with the darker colors. All right, something like that. That's not too bad. I may have to tweak that. I may have to tweak that. Just drop my pencil in the floor. It fell off the table. And broke the tip off. All right, let me zoom back out. So we can see where we're at. We're coming along one piece at a time, one component at a time. I'm going to move that a little bit more. On my camera phone, the entire page is showing, but not on the laptop. All right, so there's where we're at so far. I'll probably work on the flowers down here. I'll probably work on these flowers. And then I'm not sure what I'll do after I do these flowers down here. I may go up here to the castle and try to get some of the roof done. We'll start looking at some of this other stuff. We got this in here. I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with all this, the flooring, the concrete stuff. Got to figure all that out. But for now, this is going to wrap it up right here for today, guys. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes now, so I'm kind of tired. Our picture is coming along, and we will continue it on Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I don't believe anybody's still in chat. I think everybody who was in chat has since departed. They all had to leave. I don't think I missed anybody. For those of you who are watching and are not in chat, thank you. It's always fun to have people watching when I'm doing this. But don't do what I do, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just make it up as I go along. So do that part. Do that part. Make it up as you go along if you want to color. So, guys, I will catch you in the next one. I really appreciate it. And until then, God bless.